Oops. What in the world?
Hey guys, you're looking so pretty, Luanne. You're the only face I can see so far. Hey, Brooke Elwood. I see Becky's beautiful face. It just doesn't look like you're in video form yet. Hey, Jennifer. Last time all I saw was iPhone and I just didn't know who it was. What's up, Jamie?
Hey.
Okay, I wanted to tell you, and since we have 1 minute before this starts, Amanda Abshir, who many of us know and love, her daddy's in the hospital right now. That's all that I know, but she wants us to pray for her. So we'll do that. We'll pray at the end tonight, but just say a prayer for her dad right now, because I just got that Voxer and I thought, well, we've got a Zoom full of prayer warriors. So write that down. Let's keep him in our prayers. Okay, it's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock right here, somewhere and right here. So we are going to get this party started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm starting a theme on Monday nights where we start with a motivating story. And so I have one about a frog. Last week was about a starfish and I just loved it. And I love this one too. So it's short, but very motivating. Okay. A frog decided to reach the top of a tree. All the frogs shouted, "It's impossible, it's impossible." Still the frog reached the top. How? Because he was deaf. And he thought everyone was encouraging him to reach the top. It matters who you let your ears listen to. It matters whose words you allow inside. And you only want people that are going to cheer you on. And I want you guys to know we're doing that right here at this team. You've got cheerleaders for you, cheering you on 24/7. You don't have to be deaf because it's truly us saying you can do it. So our Monday night Zooms are about that. You can do this. You're here for it. You're showing up and we want to feed into you what you need to grow you. We don't want to waste your time, steal your time. So let's get right into it. Who needs some help in time management? Raise your hand. Could you use a little help in that? Okay. Us too. We all have to grow in that area all the time. But that is something that I feel like God has helped me so much with being good at. I have times that I'm like, okay, this is sucking. This isn't good. And then I have to revamp it. And that's the beauty. That is the beauty of time management is it's your time and you're the one managing it. So you can change something that's not working always. So I have 10 tips. I'm all about tips, writing things down. Get you a pen and paper. Let's get this party started, okay? Number 1 tip, plan ahead. If you fail to plan, you plan.
You sound like a robot.
So if you're not planning,
I
then
did.
you are planning to fail. And guys, that is so true. Have you ever started off a day with great intentions and at the end just thought, well, that went to crap? I mean, we all have. And it still happens even when you're great at time management. Can you all hear me well? Okay. Am I good? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Number 1. Everyone else is frozen. Brooke, can you hear me? Hello? Oh my goodness. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? No. Can't hear me. Babe, can you grab my phone and bring it in here? I think maybe my service is bad. You can hear me now, Brooke? Yes. Okay. Well, here we are in the living room of the Moon Shack. All right. You're going to have to keep them real quiet up there. Okay. Okay. Well, this is just going to be fine. I'm just going to sit right here in the bar stool and the kids are going to be very quiet and we're going to continue on. Okay. So number 1 is plan ahead. If you don't do that, you're planning to fail. Back to it. So we've all had a great idea of how the night was going to go or the day was going to go. And then it didn't go as planned, right? Okay, that's where I was at. So it's very important that we plan ahead. For me, that is a nightly thing. It's not a 1 week at a time. It's not a 1 month at a time. Everyone's different. For me, 1 day at a time, sweet Jesus. Okay, number 2, brain dump. If you've never heard of a brain dump, especially as women, we should do this no matter what. It is when you put all the thoughts in your head. And those thoughts could be anywhere from what am I making for dinner to what time is gymnastics to have I followed up with the 3 people I added from last month. Just so crazy, all kinds of crazy things. Dump it all out on a piece of paper before you ever even try to plan anything. You're amazing. Michael's trying to set up my selfie light because he is awesome. So anyways, everybody's so proud of you, babe. They say thank you. They think you're awesome. Okay, yes. Sorry about this, guys. You know, it's kind of crazy times there. Yay. Wonderful, wonderful. So brain dumping is something, I don't do it every day because I don't need to every day. But if you're feeling like you can't find focus, it's because you have too many things swirling in your head. So you dump it all out with a pen and paper. It doesn't do as well from a phone. I've done it. Write it down. All those things. Get it all out. So you're cleaning the slate of your mind so you can go into it with clarity and not all of these things swirling around. So number 3 is going to be prioritize your list and have a list for each category. You want to come say? Have a list for each category if needed. Here's a category. Say hi.
Hi.
I love you. So category might be homeschool for me. That is a very important thing in my life, priority. So each week I do my lesson plans. Each week I do that at the end of each day. I have to get all the lessons ready for the next day. So I might make 3 things in that category. And then category of work. What am I going to do in my workspace? What am I doing for dinner? So separate it into categories if needed. It's needed for me to do that. Okay, number 4, set timers. Chasen, whisper. Set timers. I promise I do not thrive if there's no timer set. Michael can amen that from the background right now because it is true. Guys, if you don't set a timer and you go into work, you are going to waste time. In fact, I challenge you to spend one day writing down what you've done with every minute. If 30 minutes passes, write down what did you do for that last 30 minutes. It shouldn't have taken that long. There's way more wasted time in your life than you realize. Take audit on it. Audit your time. And you'll say, yes, Lane, you're right. There's way more time wasted than we want. because I want you guys to succeed and go to the top of this, and there's no time to waste, right? There's no time to waste. You've got dreams, you've got visions and goals. We don't want to waste 1 minute. We're going to schedule some time to waste, but it must be scheduled. Okay. Number 5, delegate. And for some of you, you have pretty large teams. And so this makes sense to you on a business level, that you can delegate things to other people. If it's a silver ambassador or a brand new ambassador, there's things they can help you with, and it gives them ownership and leadership. If it's your family, delegate the dishes. So sorry, guys, that this turned out with the craziness in the background. Delegate the dishes, delegate the laundry. And I know as moms, for me anyways, I think to myself, that's more work. And it is sometimes. It's a commitment. Delegating is hard for me because it's easier to do it myself, right? Is there any other moms like that, or am I just in mini pants? Okay, thank you. But it's worth the time to put in to make sure to teach them to get everything off of that dish, to teach them to make the bed right, because then in 1 month it's paying off. So take the time to teach them so that you can delegate in your business and in your home life. Number 6, manage your energy. So this is something that I've recently learned. When are you at your best? Some of you are at your best first thing in the morning. Some of you are at your best once all the kids are down and it's nighttime. If you're morning, raise your hand. Okay, if you're night, raise your hand. Laura and Stephanie, I'm not sure if you're morning or night. You can throw it in the chat, but it's about half and half. I'm a nighttime person, and I used to feel bad about like that. Like, well, if I really loved the Lord, I would get with him first thing in the morning, but I don't have anything to give first thing in the morning. I have nothing to give. That's okay. That's the way I'm made. My energy and my focus is best at night. So at night, I schedule for what I'm going to do in the morning so that I can do mindless activities in the morning. Boom. Whoa, what? So it looks like I'm on my A game all day long, but really I was on my A game at 11:30 at night, and I've scheduled all that out. I have timers that go off on my phone all day long. If you've ever been around me, you know this. That's because it says make a post at 11 because I know everyone's on their lunch break. Do this at 7 p.m. and it's already in my notes. I've already got the picture. Boom, boom, boom. It looks like I have it all together, but I do not in that moment. In that moment, I'm homeschooling. In that moment, I'm with my husband. In that moment, whatever. But I make it easy to copy and paste. So it's very, very important to know yourself, know when you're at your best, and schedule your most important things during that time, whether it be morning or night. Number 7, strategic breaks, because we need a break. We all need a break, and multiple of them throughout the day. If you guys are a homeschool mom, I don't know if you ever do brain breaks, but they're genius, and we need them as adults. Oh my goodness, I love them. The a tootie ta, a tootie ta, a tootie ta ta. I know the kids are like, yeah, it's the best. It's such a fun brain break. Have fun. Like literally, it doesn't need to be a 30-minute break. That's ridiculous, and you'll get lazy. Don't do that. But 5 to 8 minutes, like give yourself something to do. Sing, jam to music. Let your energy out. Like don't just sit and do nothing, because then you're just wasting time that you could be moving and getting it out and whatever. But schedule that in. Give yourself breaks, because you don't want to exhaust yourself. I don't want you to get to the top and be exhausted. I want you to get there owning every one of your minutes that God gave you. Okay. Number 8, collab with your family and your partner. So if you have a running partner in this, if there's somebody you're kind of doing this with, collaborate with them. What are their giftings and what are your giftings? Use both. If their giftings are something you don't have, work together and use those. Tell them to work the page during one day and you work the page the next day, whatever, but collab with them. And number 1, most important, whoever is in your home, share this with them, collaborate with them. Like right now, Michael and I are doing this teamwork thing out of the blue because we have communication. We know our priorities. We know our goals. And my priority on Monday night is you guys. And my kids know that. And my husband knows that, because our vision and our goal is ours as a family. This is for all of us. It's a family thing. And it's important that you bring your family into this. You don't want it to be mommy's thing, because it's not. You're not doing this for you, are you? You're doing it for them. So I just encourage you guys to truly, truly collab with them on that. Number 9 is healthy boundaries. Does anybody need some healthy boundaries? Are any of you yes girls, yes to everything? That you will be exhausted. And your team will see that, and your family will see that, and that is not God's best for you. And that is not what I'll ever encourage you to do, to wear yourself thin. Set healthy boundaries. Don't open a boxer or message from me. Don't do it if you're done for the day. I never expect you guys to prioritize me in your life, and nobody else should either, unless it's your family. So make sure that the people in your life that you're working with understand that there's boundaries, and that's okay. And if someone gets angry with that, and if someone leaves because of that, they probably weren't pouring good things into you in the first place. It's not a mean thing. It's a good thing. Set healthy boundaries. It matters for your health and the health of your family. And then number 10, and this is just a pet peeve of mine, which with tonight and the kind of the craziness going on that was unexpected, it gets me a little bit, because be fully engaged at one task at a time. Do you enjoy getting boxers from people and they're talking to their kids for 1 whole minute while you're listening to them? Do you enjoy getting a message from somebody and they don't get to the point for a good minute and a half? I do not. I do not enjoy that. We do not want to do that to other people. That is not a good time had by all. Don't do that. Wait until you're fully prepared to pour into them, and then say what you need to say and hit the end button. Be fully engaged in whatever you're doing. And that goes for your family too. Whoever's in your home. Whenever you're done with your work time, get the phone out of your sight. Guys, this is not more important than what is in your home. Get the phone out of your sight and be fully engaged in your family. That is so important. When you are in your time with the Lord, be fully engaged in that. Turn everything else around you off. That is priority to you. And prioritize your list. If I didn't say that, when you make your list at night that you're going to do the next day, do the things that must be done at the top, and at the bottom, maybe, what's left if there's time. And the last thing that's not on my list, but I like to do, is at the end of the day, if you didn't get all your list done, don't think to yourself, well, I didn't get this, and this done. Look at what you did do, celebrate that, go to sleep, and do it again tomorrow. So I'm going to share a little bit of what my time management looks like with you guys. But first, there's a couple of girls on here that are going to do the same thing, because it's important to see that it's different for everybody, and that's the beauty in it. So Luanne Rogers, from the first time that I talked to her, I could just tell that she does not do things halfway. She does not do things mindlessly. If she's in, she's in. She's the ambassador that reached out to me and had a question for me this week about a wellness event. And I was like, huh? What's going on? She's on top of it. She is on her A game. We all want Luanne's in our businesses because she's amazing. And she's going to share with you what this looks like for her and some tips from her.
Hey guys. So first I'm going to tell you this. You have to get the mindset that you can do hard things. That is our family motto. We live by that. I probably say that to my kids 20 times a week. So if you've ever been around me in real life, you hear me say that all the time to my kids. So we have to take on that mindset that before we can even manage our time, that, hey, we can do this. Even if it's hard, we can do it. Okay, so Lane already said my quote. It's not really mine, it's Benjamin Franklin's. But when you said it, I was like, yay! So if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. So let's talk about what happens when you wake up in the morning, you have this beautiful plan, and then a dog throws up, or a kid gets sick, or you can't find your school book, or your husband needs to talk to you on the phone, and it just messes everything up, right? First, we always have to remember, people overtask. Always, always, always. Lane was talking about that. People overtask all the time. And for our family, it should always be ministry overtask. Same with you guys, because this is a ministry to help other people with their health. So people overtask always. But when your day goes wrong, and it will, stop a minute, pray, and then write down 5 things you want to accomplish before the day's done. Very easy. You can go to bed knowing like, okay, it started off, kind of cruddy, and then it ended on a good note because I got these things done, right? So that's my first tip. Second, plan your day as unto the Lord. And so why is that important? Because if I'm stopping to think about how would God want me to spend my day? Is he going to want me spending my day like endlessly scrolling through Facebook, on Instagram, just because I'm dulling my mind? No, that does not honor Jesus. I just don't feel like that's how he wants us as his servants to do that. So plan your day as unto the Lord. So when I plan my day, I have to think, how will this task honor God the most? So if I decide in the middle of the day to put on my favorite show, Victoria, how is that going to honor Jesus when I have 900 other things I could be doing that would honor God more? So pick your day as unto the Lord. Work your day as unto the Lord. So you would not show up, like my husband can't show up to church just half-hearted. That's his calling from the Lord, right? This is our calling from God. We have to work this calling as we're working it unto the Lord. And if you don't think it's a calling from God, try to quit. Like today when I was like, I'm done. I'm done. It's been a weekend, right? And then Lane says, hey, can you do this? I was like, I hear you, Lord. I hear you. Okay, this is a calling. You definitely do not want me quitting today. I just wanted to quit for like a day, right? But anyway, so this may sound super silly, but if you're a mama or you're the one that prepares the meals the next day, this is everything. Know the night before what you're making for breakfast, lunch, dinner. And you're thinking, well, how does that help in my business? Girl, when it's 5:30 and you've got messages in your inbox and your kids are hungry and your husband's just coming home from work or whatever, you need to know what you're going to have for dinner. And if you're a homeschool mom and you're cooking 3 meals a day, teach your kids to cook. 1, delegate, as Lane said. But 2, know the night before what you're going to do. So it's not 5 o'clock in the evening and you're trying to sit out a frozen roast, okay? And even though that you may think that doesn't apply to my business. Yes, it does. Because when that all trickles down, you're stressed. Then you can't give yourself to your team or to your husband or to your kids fully. So, okay, and then this is something I learned from Lane. So power hours are where it's at, right? So during homeschool, because I have 5 kids I'm homeschooling, 9 to age 15. So 2 high schoolers, right? Whole different ballgame. Goodbye crafts. It's still fun, but it's not like, oh, let's sit and do a little house on the prairie craft, because that was like our world when they were little. Now there's a lot more to be done, right? But I still need my time. So what do? I hand the books. I hand the kids a book and say, it's your time to read. Either it's your school books or a chosen book that you're trying to get through. And my 4 oldest go read. My youngest, she's not quite there yet. So that's her ABC mouse time. She gets still learning, but that's her time. Mama gets an hour. But how I spend that hour has to go back to, I can do hard things and work as unto the Lord. So what I really want to do in that hour is just sit, right? Put on Little House on the Prairie, get some popcorn. But no, that is my power hour to work as unto the Lord. So take that hour, use it to connect with your team. Guys, if you're like, what do I do? Call Lane. Like I had to say, what do I do now that I'm really working this business? And what I learned the most was stopping and praying over my team every day. And there's times I message my team and say, hey, what can I pray for you about today? That's during my power hour, when I get that moment to stop and think about not just myself, not just what's going on in our home, but my teammates. What are they going through? What can I pray for you today? So recap really quickly. Have I gone over? Let's see. Really quick recap. You can do hard things. If your day does not turn out well, if it doesn't start out well, stop, pray, make a list. Then plan your day as unto the Lord. And then power hours are where it's at. So those are my tips. And if you have to get up early because your kiddos are early risers, what did the thing I said first? You can do hard things. For me, that's 5 a.m. It used to be midnight 1, 2, and 3, but Plexus has changed that. I can now go to bed early and get up early. So just plan out your day. Plan it out. That's where it's at.
So good. Wasn't that amazing, guys? Yes. A virtual applause for you. I learned from you. Truly inspiring. All right. Brooke Elwood, Jess is going to share with us all the things, time management. Take it away, sister.
What's up? Can you guys hear me good? Okay, I'm going to time management this right here and not make it too long for you guys because we appreciate your time and we're kind of trying to keep it under 30 minutes. So I'm going to rock this real quick. I have in my notes right here, wake, pray, slay. In that order, that is my day. My days are always different. So I'm going to give to you what in my perfect day is what I do. Now, I want you guys to know that I'm in ministry. I'm a homeschooling mama, just like Luanne. So my days always look different. And a lot of you guys are not in ministry. You're not homeschool moms. That's awesome. You guys can rock this business in your own ways. So don't be like, oh my goodness, Lane does this, Luanne does this, Brooke does this. Where am I going to fit this in? No, we are just giving you what we do. You have to figure out what works for you. That's the glory and the beauty of this business. Okay. So wake, pray, slay. I turn on worship music and I get in the word. We cannot do things out of order and expect order. My husband says that all the time from the pulpit. It's true in ministry and it's true in business. That will like flow through your life. Plus, I just have to be with Jesus for just a hot second while I drink some coffee. Okay. So I leave that worship music on as I start my work day. Okay. I start it after I get in the word and worship a little bit. I check my Craig Groeschel list off, and I'll talk to you about that at the very end. I do quick, and I mean quick, 10 minutes at max, quick IPA. I answer some messages. I check my emails until my kids wake up. Then I start homeschool. We have actually started doing an encounter, kind of trickling down from leader retreat. So we actually have a huge encounter. Then I homeschool, and I choose what to look at during my breaks. I choose, if it's a super hard homeschool day, I don't look at Plexus. I don't answer Voxer. I don't look at my messages. If homeschool's going groovy like a drive-in movie, I've got this kid allocated to this, then I am taking 5 minutes, listening to stuff, answering to what I can, just like that. I don't put a ton of pressure on myself. I just want to let you guys know I used to be a slave to Messenger. I used to think if I don't answer this girl within 30 seconds, she's not going to sign up. She's going to leave me. This is my potential. I'm going to fail. If I don't answer this downline, she's not going to think I'm a good leader. Guys, that is lies from the enemy. You cannot be a slave to your Voxer or your messenger or your text, okay? Unless they say urgent, and then maybe you might want to check that, okay? Teach your downline how to show you at the very bottom, this is urgent, this is not urgent, okay? It will save your brain. Okay, after school is done, which we usually get done about 1 or 2 o'clock. Not gonna lie, homeschool's pretty groovy. I start dinner, and while I'm cooking dinner, I listen to trainings. I listen to podcasts, I listen to sermons, but a lot of times I listen to trainings. And I want to encourage you guys to find people that you relate to or that you love to listen to. If I suggest somebody and you tune into them, or Lane suggests somebody and you go, man, this is not my jam, you are not a slave to that training. Ditch it and find somebody that you like to listen to, that grooves with you, that you can learn from, okay? And then find every single one of his or her YouTube videos and train while you do whatever the thing is that you do, that you have that time that you could put your ear pods in, or you can put your iPad up while I cook. That's what I do. That's just what I do. That's my time for training. And yes, jewels and diamonds are continuously training. If you think we get to the top and we quit training, that's a lie. Do not believe that. We are constantly training. While dinner's cooking, my kids then, because they've been doing homeschool all day, they get their electronics. I used to feel super bad about that. No mom shame anymore. That's how I roll. Used to also feel super bad about this next part, but Celeste Gwynn does it, so I can do it too. I go then as soon as my kids get their electronics, and I lay down in my bed and I work from my bed while dinner's cooking. That might look like 10 minutes or that might look like 30 minutes. But I lay and I rest. That is my resting of my body. Because I don't know if you guys are anything like me, but my body is always tense because I'm 90 to nothing. So that is my rest, my physical body, and work my business for 10, 20, 30 minutes. That's what I do. That's my downtime and I love it. Then I do dinner and family time and I'm done with Plexus. Done. Those are my people for that amount of time. That might look like 5 to 8. It might look like 5 to 7, whatever it is. But then at 8 o'clock, almost every single night. Now you don't have to do that. But at least 2 to 3 nights a week, I tune into a Zoom or I participate in a Zoom. I do a live video or I participate in somebody else's live video. And then from 8:30, 9, I work Plexus. Then I do whatever else I need to do in my life. Okay. That's going to look different for everybody else. I do my best work at night. I go to bed around 11 o'clock and that's when I do a lot of my heart work. I save things that I'm going to do. Like I save voice clips. I don't know if you guys know that you can do 1-minute voice clips to yourself. You send it to yourself through Messenger. You can copy and paste that the next day. And that way I can get my voice clips out the next day. And then I also write a lot of posts and save them in my notes and post them periodically. Then I do my Craig Groeschel before I go to bed. That is, I write my top 3 things for the next day that have to get done. They are my number ones, whether it's Plexus or whatever it is. That's my top 3 things for the next day. And then I write all of my secondary things that would be super nice to get done, but it will not break my heart if they don't get done. That can be housework, kid stuff, whatever, business stuff. But I always do my top 3 things and I like to check them off my list. That makes me feel very good. And then all my secondary things. And that is literally my days in my perfect world that go just completely smoothly. That's my days. I'm going to quit talking and Lane, you could take it over.
Well, that was so good. 2 things that inspired me. 1, Luanne, I am inspired to know all 3 of my meals the night before. So I'm challenging myself to you guys, hold me accountable, that I'm going to do that, not starting tomorrow because I don't have the ingredients, the day after tomorrow. Okay, hold me accountable next week. Brooke, I love the top 3 things and then put everything else next. Those are the 2 things that I'm going to implement. What are you going to implement from tonight? Strategic planning is everything. I saw Stephanie's comment, you feel like you're a slave to your phone. I have felt that way. I've gone through that in my business and it comes and goes in waves. We've all felt that way. I want to tell you guys, please don't even wait another minute to not feel that way. You can choose. Stephanie, I can't see your face. You're an amazing leader. You have what it takes to go to the top of this business and you do not have to be a slave to your phone to do that. I feel like I heard something. Okay, but you do not have to be a slave to your phone to do that, and none of you do. But prioritizing that time to be on your phone is everything because listen, you're leaders. You're on here tonight on a Monday night because you're hungry. If you've never watched the Les Brown video, Hungry, watch it before you go to bed or you're in big trouble. Jamie, slave to my phone. Okay, guys, I've been there. I get it. Michael could tell you, he's sitting over there by the fireplace. I've been there. Don't do it because whenever one of my biggest goals was when I got to the top to set a good example, I didn't get here and I wasn't exhausted when I got here, guys, because I had decided before priorities. And if people are going to quit because I didn't get right back to them, then they're going to quit anyways. And I don't want to bribe people to stay with me. I only want this right here, the cream of the crop, the people that are going to work for it. And that's who God wants to bless. So I just encourage you, if you're feeling that way, it's because you need to do better at time management. I have to do better at time management. We all do. So anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a little pep talk. A couple other things I wrote down while listening to them. Oh, 2 things. I want your feedback. Do you like the 30 minutes? I know we're going a little bit above tonight, 1 minute above, but going a little bit above. We want to keep it 30, 45 minutes. Do you like that time? Are you feeling like you're getting fed on these Monday night Zooms? And then if you are, I need you to market the crap out of them. Okay, that's what we do. That is our life. I want our people there. I want all my people here on Monday nights. I want all your people here on Monday nights. I want to use you guys, the cream of the crop, all of you right here tonight, to be helping us with the leadership of these Zooms, to be pouring yourselves into your teams. So if you like this, if you want Monday Nights Continue, help me to market it. A live page is yours. Post on there, get people pumped up, share their victories on there, all the things, and send me messages, put it in the Goals Crushers thread, things you would like to see us talk about on the Monday Night Zooms. Okay, I'm glad you're getting a lot from it, Stephanie. Good. I need feedback. I will tell you that I need feedback. I need to know it's beneficial to you because all of our time is valuable and you guys are valuable to me. So that is all we've got for the night. We always pray over our night. And so we're going to do that. Be sure and keep the Goals Crushers thread. Okay, who said that? I need to know. Jennifer, shake your head if that was you. I found, okay, Brooke will add you to the Goal Crushers thread. If anybody else isn't added, tell your upline. It's a thread of all of our people that are doing the business side of Plexus. And it's just a great place to share little things and ideas and stuff like that. Okay, everyone, please remember to pray for Amanda's dad. I don't know the details. All right, I'm gonna turn my Voxer down because it's gonna start going off, I can tell. Oh, you did not go too long, Luanne Rogers. I just read that. You were perfect. I love you. You're amazing. Like, you're in it now. You're going to have to speak on a lot of things because you're awesome. All right, Lord, we love you and we praise you and we thank you for this night. And our hands are open and we give ourselves to you. We give our businesses to you, God. You are awesome. You have control. Use us, Lord. Convict us of our wrongs. God, give us clarity. Give us focus, Lord. Help us to do better at our time management and to always give you the first of everything in our life. I pray over these teams, God, every team represented on this call, that you just increase and show favor upon their businesses, Lord. I just pray for these leaders, God, as they are seeking to be better, as they are seeking to grow, God, that you speak to them, God, because you are the one that is going to give us our strength, focus, clarity, all the things, God. So I just pray that tonight, Lord, and that this week, a new breath is breathed into this team this week. A momentum, God, that is unexplainable, that can only come from you, happens in this team because of these leaders right here in Jesus' name. We just love you so much. Amen. All right, guys. Love you. Good night.